Women. Women are concerned about the glass ceiling. Women that I have seen in organizations have not been able to have the opportunity they deserve to have in getting ahead in organizations. If we're going to compete as a nation, we've got to draw upon the skills of women and minorities. And I see organizations from the federal government to corporations that are not drawing on the skills and abilities of women and minorities. What are your views about breaking through the glass ceiling?
Strongly support it. That's been my record. I've co-sponsored the legislation. And you're not going to find a member of the United States Senate that's stronger supporter. I mean, we may have some difference, Mr. Romney, but you're not going to find it. But beyond that, I fought against the Republican-imposed restrictions setting financial ceiling on women's right to sue in discrimination on the jobs. We face Republican opposition every step of the way. We have ceilings now for women's recovery, against discrimination in the workplace and sexual harassment. We've got a long ways to go. We had opposition from the Republicans when we were working on a women's health bill. We faced a filibuster when we tried to get women's health included in the NIH a year ago. We've made progress. Listen, I'm glad you're all for these matters now. You know, I'm glad but we don't have that kind of an opportunity in the United States Senate. Glass ceiling, read my record. I'm a co-sponsor of the toughest bills to deal with it, and we'll continue to battle for it.
Mr. Romney.
When you said you're glad to hear I'm for it now, let me assure you, Senator, that my entire life has been one of working with women and helping women through the glass ceiling. As Chief Executive Officer of Bain & Company, as you know, the highest paid person in our firm was a woman, and the chairman of the board is a woman. The chief financial officer in my firm is a woman. I have backed women entrepreneurs. One individual came to me with an idea for building a chain of child care centers that would have child care at the work site. I backed her and helped her build that business. But now let me tell you, what I think we need to do is to require all public...
Why do you have to boast about it?
I don't boast about it. When you say you're happy to see me come now to this position, I feel somewhat in an opportunity that I have to respond to that, because I don't think it's an appropriate thing to say to someone without being able to respond. Now let me tell you my point on the issue. My point on the issue is I believe that public companies and federal agencies should be required to report in their annual 10K the number of minorities and women by income group within the company, so we can identify where the glass ceiling is and break through it. And I think that the market of America will say that company has not promoted women, has not promoted minorities, and will put pressure on American corporations and agencies to respond.
Senator Kennedy, the last question is